Anthony Albanese has put forward his plea for the Australian people to support an Indigenous voice to Parliament. The Prime Minister has just addressed the crowd at the Garma Festival in northeast Arnhem Land, where Matt Cunningham joins us live. Matt, what was the Prime Minister's message?
Well, his key message, Gab, was that there will be no delay to this referendum. There have been calls for the Prime Minister to put back a vote on an Indigenous voice to Parliament and constitutional recognition for Indigenous Australians because support, particularly for the voice to Parliament, has been struggling in the polls. But Anthony Albanese, he gave a passionate speech here at the Garma Festival, and he said there would be no delay to this referendum.
And that is why today I can promise all of you and all Australians there will be no delaying or deferring of this referendum. We will not deny the urgency of this moment. We will not kick the can down the road. We will not abandon substance for symbolism or retreat to platitudes at the expense of progress.
The Prime Minister also hit out at the No campaign and the opposition for what he says is deliberate interference in this campaign, constantly running lines, criticising the voice and, in his words, basically making up things that he says are not true about what the voice will and will not be. He says the whole reason for a voice to Parliament is to address the shocking rates of disadvantage we see suffered by many Aboriginal people in this country, particularly people in remote Indigenous communities. He says that the voice is all about addressing those issues.
Surely no leader can honestly say that is good enough. Surely no leader can say it ain't broke, don't fix it. Surely no leader can imagine that change is not desperately and urgently needed. And that's why, with every passing day, it becomes more and more obvious that the No campaign are desperate to talk about anything but the actual question that is before the Australian people, because they understand that more of the same is not just unacceptable, it is indefensible.
It's fair to say Anthony Albanese had a supportive audience here at the Garma Festival. He received a standing ovation at the end of his speech. At one stage he asked who in the crowd was voting yes, and I'm pretty sure just about everyone put their hand up, Gab, and responded that they were voting yes. He's going to have a tougher time of it in the wider community. We have seen support for a voice to Parliament fall to below 40% in many states. It's behind in Queensland, in Western Australia. It's struggling in Tasmania and South Australia as well. It is going to be a tough campaign for the government and the Yes campaign to get this change over the line. As for when the referendum is going to be held, well, many expected the Prime Minister might announce a date here at Garma. He hasn't done that. He has said, though, that it will be held in the last quarter of this year. October is shaping as the most likely month where we will see this poll held, where Australians will get to vote on this referendum for constitutional change.
OK, Matt Cunningham, thanks so much.